You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 18th day of February 2024. A very good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani. Now, President William Ruto has committed to strengthen diplomatic ties with Brazil so as to increase investment in agriculture, technology, education and trade, speaking after meeting his Brazilian counterpart, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, on the sidelines of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union in Ethiopia. President Ruto revealed that Kenya is also set to form a joint ministerial committee with Brazil as it focuses on strengthening its diplomatic relations with Brazil. At the same time, President Ruto has stated that the committee will help solidify the existing bilateral ties, more so on areas of education, trade and commerce between the two nations. Well, at the same time, President William Ruto has urged African Union member states to create and accelerate an enabling environment for vaccine manufacturing in the continent. The head of state has said vaccine manufacturing can be achieved by mobilizing adequate resources, sharing knowledge, expertise, technology, and best practices. President Ruto made the remarks during an event co-hosted by Kenya and the International Vaccine Institute on the sidelines of the 37th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Kenya is committed to working in close collaboration with our valued partners, including the Africa Union Commission, Africa CDC, the Africa Medicines Agency, the World Health Organization, IVI, and other regional and international stakeholders. As members of the Africa Union, we must seize this opportunity to accelerate and create an enabling environment for vaccine manufacturing in our continent by mobilizing adequate resources, sharing knowledge, expertise, technology, and also sharing best practice.
Indeed, the success of vaccine manufacturing initiative is predicated on a regional approach to ensure sustainability and supporting the continental harmonization of efforts in the areas of regulatory affairs, research and development, and most importantly, the workforce development that is required. I welcome you all to this side event with the hope that the commitment by our heads of states and government will amplify the rallying call for vaccine manufacturing capacity through building end-to-end project-driven vaccine initiatives while emphasizing the need for a self-sufficient and sustainable vaccine ecosystem in Africa.
Now, still in Ethiopia, and the African Union has unveiled the statue of Tanzania's founding father, the late Julius Kambarage Nyerere, to honor Nyerere's contribution to the liberation of the Southern African countries and his promotion of peace and security in Africa. The ceremony took place on the sidelines of the 37th African Union Summit of Heads of State and Government in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. On the 12th of October 2016, the African Union Commission inaugurated the Julius Nyerere Peace and Security Building at the African Union headquarters, which has enhanced the African Union's capabilities of discharging its mandate of promoting peace, security and stability in Africa. The proposal to construct Mwalimu Julius Nyerere statue was primarily recommended by the late Robert Mugabe, the former president of Zimbabwe. The two other statues of Ghanaian Pan-Africanist Kwame Nkrumah and Emperor Haile Selassie were inaugurated in 2019 and 2012, respectively.
Freedom fighter, a tireless mediator, and supported the liberation struggle and committed much of his modest resources. This is an impressive 3-meter sculpture that took considerable time to design, build.
Sulu Hassan and various heads of state and
excuse me. It's okay. Let's take the photo then.
Now away from Ethiopia, and PCA KCC Church Kariobangi South Parish today held a disability awareness service to enlighten the congregants on the different abilities that persons with disabilities have. The PWDs also had an opportunity to dance and sing using sign language, read the Bible in Braille, and do all things that can be done in a church service. Reverend George Obonyo, who is deaf, preached during the service and encouraged everyone to give people with disability opportunities at work and at church. Jane Washira, who lives with vitiligo, also asked those who fear interacting with people with disability not to fear, since vitiligo is not infectious. At the same time, Winnie Wanjugu, who is visually impaired, read the word in sign language as George Omondi gave an account of his disability that came through lack of polio vaccine.
Watu hawataki kushiriki na mtu uko na shida ya ngoo ili wasiambukizwe. Lakini siku ya leo nataka kuwaondoa hiyo shaka kwa mafikira yenu. Hii shida hii ya vitiligo huwa haiambukizi. Huwezi ukaguza mtu uipate. Sawa sawa? Kwa hivyo msiogope kutukaribia. Sisi tuko sawa kabisa.
We take good care of our children. Kuweka objects kwa masikio. Unapata mtoto anaingiza kama ile mtu wa kiberiti na nini kwa masikio. That one can injure the ear. Na inaleta hiyo permanent damage. Kwa hivyo ni vyema kuwa na uangalifu ya kwamba we prevent disability. Because prevention is better than cure. Haya, wale ambao wamepata hii disability, how do we handle them? We must love them. We must embrace them. Wakati mwingine ukipata mtu labda hasikii, unataka kumuondokea. Ukipata mtu labda haoni, unataka kumuondokea. La hasha, unastahili kuwa na jukumu la kumsaidia huyo mtu.
Now, a 48-year-old land tussle at Tambalal village in West Pokot County has escalated after several houses were torched, vandalized, and property worth millions destroyed. Tension is high as residents flee the area after the arson attack, in which locals say that hired goons were sent to destroy property and evict people who claim have rightfully owned the land for decades. The long-standing land dispute pitting two factions of over 100 acres of ancestral land has left scores of residents sleep in the cold after being ambushed by unknown people. Affected families have been left homeless, displaced, and now camping under trees in bushes 3 kilometers away, with some children getting lost. The 16 families living in the village have more than 3,000 people.
Hiyo sikuweza kuona kwa sababu sisi nyumba yetu ilikuwa giza, tulikuwa tunalala. Sasa wakagonga na wakaingia, wakaanza kutumulika na torch. Sasa sikuwa ina position ningeweza kuona ni akina nani juu wametumulika na torch. Nikiangalia huko naona hiyo nini, hiyo light ya walikuwa na kitu kama sun king hivi, ninaona sasa hiyo light yao. Lakini nikiangalia chini hivi nikaona ni kama watu karibu zaidi tu ya 50 hapo ndio waliweza kuingia nyumba, na kuna wengine nje walikuwa wamesema oya ansisha.
Sasa jina yangu naita Chepchumba Sharti. Sasa akaona usiku yuko kulala. Sijui ile wana watu na wana fimi kijana na fala. Toka mama na msichana yako toka kwa nini? Toka nje. Sio kwangu ya mtu. Akasema weka kitu yangu nje. Le kwera hakuna kitu ya kubeba. Kitu tachoma yote ile njini weka ndaria waka nini sijui ni nini ndaria.
Na tunauliza serikali chochote kama inatendeka, hakuna uamuzi ama hakuna notice ambayo inafaa watuambie ndio tujue. Tunahuzunika sana sababu katika hii familia yetu kila kitu imechomeka, pesa imeenda, ng'ombe hatuna, wamechukuliwa, mahindi maharagwe yote imeenda. Tunashangaa tu kabisa. Watoto wetu hapa hawana manguo. Manguo imechomeka yote. Mama hana nguo, watoto hawana. Wote tu wameteseka hapa. Na je, tunauliza baada ya hapa wataendaje? Serikali mtatusaidia aje? Ni hayo tu.
tungeomba kwa moyo mgunjufu kama serikali inatusikia, serikali ya county, gavana wetu Kachapin, huko wapi? Tulikupigia kura na wewe ni mtoto ya nyumbani. Mjumbe wetu Pokot South ako wapi kwa sasa? Tumeumia ya kutosha, hatujui cha kufanya. Tunaomba kwa unyenyekevu utusaidie. Tuko watoto, kuna wachane hapa, kuna watoto yatima, hatujui cha kufanya. Kama serikali iko na uamuzi, itusaidie tafadhali sana. Ninaomba kwa roho ya Mungu.
Now, Bungoma County Senator David Wakoli Wafula has called on the Bungoma County government to involve investors in Bungoma County in its plans to develop Bungoma town. Addressing the press, Wakoli has said that although the county government, in collaboration with the national government, is doing demolition in Bungoma and Kandui for the sake of development, it must involve the stakeholders so that there are no complaints. The senator has further said that he is not against any development planned by the county government, but he would rather like to see all stakeholders involved and be informed while the demolition is taking place.
Kama senator wa Bungoma, ni kuomba serikali ya county kuhakikisha kwamba inatembea pamoja na wawekezaji wa Bungoma. Wawekezaji wa Bungoma ni walipa ushuru wa Bungoma. Ni jambo zuri kukaa na kujadili, kuzungumza na kupeana mwelekeo kwa watu wa Bungoma ama mji wa Bungoma yale tunataraji kufanya, kama ni kuboresha barabara, kama ni kuhakikisha maji yapo, kama kuna wale ambao wamejenga katika miji ama mji wa Bungoma pasipo kufuata kanuni, wapewe ilani mapema na waondoe vitu vyao kwa heshima na pasiwe fununu ya ubaguzi wowote. Katika mji wa Bungoma kuna madai sasa kwamba watu wa dini fulani wanaonewa, biashara zao zinavunjwa na wale wengine zao zimewachwa. Haya yote yanatokana kwamba serikali ya county haijachukua nafasi ilionayo kuita kikundi cha wanabiashara wanaitwa business community, na kuna wale wanaitwa Chamber of Commerce, na kuna wale ambao usimamia soko mbalimbali, maeneo mbalimbali ya mji. Waelezwe mapema, waelezewe mikakati ya serikali. Iwapo ni benki ya kitaifa inatoa fedha na inataraji kufanya maendeleo fulani katika mji, watu waelezwe mapema, watu wajipange mapema. Mnapokuja kuanza ubomozi, watu wawe waliambiwa mapema kwamba tutakuja, sababu ni hii. Kama haujajiandaa ujiandae, ili watu watoke kwa amani. Na wale ambao wataki kufuata sheria watajua japo wamekataa kufuata sheria, lakini waliambiwa kwa mujibu wa sheria.
Now, over 3,000 Garissa County residents have benefited from a medical camp hosted by the M-Pesa Foundation in partnership with Zuri Health and Lionside First Eye Hospital at Garissa Level 5 Teaching and Referral Hospital. The foundation also handed 50 mama packs which contain essentials for both mothers and babies to mothers at the hospital as part of its efforts to enhance maternal and child health. M-Pesa Foundation held its first camp in Lamu County in May last year and has held camps in Nairobi, Kakamega, Mombasa, Meru, Kisumu, Trans Nzoia, Narok, Nyandarua, and Machakos counties, impacting over 24,000 people.
This medical camp is mainly intended to address the issue of access to quality healthcare services in Garissa. Safaricom Foundation have been having a long, cordial working relationship and partnership in terms of the strengthening health system in Garissa, where they even built a pediatric and diabetic center, which they have been supporting for several years. And this partnership, we are striving to be strengthened moving forward. And this camp, it has a number of intervention areas, including the eye come screening for non-communicable disease. Thank you very much for Safaricom Foundation in partnership for partnering in Garissa County, and we shall have long-term partnership in terms of strengthening health system.
Today we are in Garissa. Both Safaricom and M-Pesa Foundations are here to do a medical camp in partnership with the Garissa County government. This is a partnership that started a while back, 3 to 4 years ago. Over this period, we've built a facility for non-communicable diseases, NCDs in short, that's helping interventions with diabetes among children and teenagers with remarkable success so far. So as part of that continuing partnership, today we are here for a medical camp. This is the 11th medical camp we are doing in the last 6 months. We will end up doing a camp in each county. And the essence of this camp is just to sensitize the community about their health. These medical camps is twofold. One, to sensitize the community about the interventions that are available.
Well, you're watching Hope TV Newswatch. It's now time for a quick, short break. But after the break, I'll be back with the sports news. Stick around.
Hello there, praise the name of the Lord. My name is Evelyn Wanjiro. To get Naiwe Maombi as your skiza tune, SMS skiza 88300022 to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
So this parent calls me, sits after service and says, "Young man, you do not know what you've done," because tells me that my son comes and tells me that, "Dad, I have also been struggling with ABCD. His was a mix of alcohol and pornography." And just hearing Justo on Route 104, I feel a young person like me give his testimony on how God has moved in his life. And I requested to meet the young man, and we met over coffee, became good friends. And I told him as well, listen, by me sharing does not mean, because the devil puts banana peels all over. Scripture tells us that, no weapon fashioned against you shall prosper. It doesn't say that weapons will not be fashioned. No, it says no weapon. It means weapons will be fashioned. And he will put traps all over. Right from your phone. You open Instagram, you see an image. And all of a sudden, it plays back. All those things. So that's another, because the battle is in the mind. That is why Paul says in Romans 12:1, not be conformed by the patterns of the world, but rather be transformed by the renewing of the mind. He knows it's here. The devil knows. And this guy is millions of years old. He's not our age mate. For those who remember when I used to tell like that, right? He's not your age mate. Stop saying at me, I know at you have been saved for 15 years. Dude, the devil has been in existence for millions of years. So guess what? He knows everything about you. Okay? But greater is he that is in you than he knows. We walked together, and I'm happy to say that he found his deliverance. And he became also a peer champion, as it is, an educator. And for me, those are some of the things that, wow, without Hope FM, really the platform of Hope FM, as Reverend Tomboy used to tell us as well, this is a platform not for you, but God is using you. The initiative Friends of Hope is more or less like what Romans 10:17 says, that faith comes only by the hearing, and hearing through the word of God. But how will they hear if somebody does not go to tell them? Think about that Muslim brother or sister who, because of you being a friend of hope and supporting with your 100 bob or whatever it is, that in Friday evening, by chance, they listen to Yesu Ndienjia. And then because of you supporting and being a friend of hope, the message will reach them in Zanzibar, in Mombasa, in whatever it is. Mimi ni Rafiki Mso. I'm a friend of hope. I'm just a Zawaka. I would like for you pia ukue rafiki mzuri.
Africa International University takes pride in being at the forefront of producing Christ-centered leaders, transforming Africa and the world. At AIU, we lead, we innovate, we inspire, and we are a family bound by a common goal of transforming the world. There is no better time to think about your career transformation in an international community. Our intakes are in January, May, and September and are currently ongoing. Embark today on an exciting and life-building academic journey by enrolling in our diverse certificates, diplomas, bachelor's, postgraduates, master's, or PhD programs. Africa International University, a university in the heart of Africa, with Africa on its heart.
Welcome back. Now to some sporting action now, and Benson Omala ended his 7-match goal drought as defending champions Gor Mahia bounced back to winning ways with a narrow 1-0 win over Nairobi City Stars in the Football Kenya Federation Premier League. At the same time, Posta Rangers also bounced back to winning ways with a 1-0 victory over Ulinzi Stars. Shabana's woes, however, continued after they were thrashed by Kenya Police 1-0.
Kumakinika na kuweka mpira ndani ya kamba. Mpongeze sana kijana huyu Agwanda.
Hapa kwa kweli ni mahali ambapo moja kwa moja palikuwa pazuri, lakini mwisho siku ngoma hii ukasema kwamba usimkatie mtu tamaa. Huyu ndio pesa la Chengo bana. Lilikuwa ni swala la muda tu. Bado mwezi wa mapenzi unaendelea. Pesa la Chengo mala na nyavu ni mapenzi. Pesa la Chengo mala. Rafiki mkubwa kulikoli wa nyavu, lakini adui nambari 1 wa linda lango. Hata upige misale mieni sasa.
Now, businessman Amos Wutit led his team of Jackson Kiprono, Welsi Kiprono, and Micro Teach to victory, returning a combined score of 116 points to clinch the second leg of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour at the PAR 71 Eldoret Golf Club. The team beat their closest challengers Kipchirchir Kiprop, Nelson Orgut, Patrick Kiprop, and Geoffrey Kitiwa, who came in second after returning 106 points at the tourney that was graced by over 200 golfers from Eldoret and its environs. The two teams secured their spots at the tour's grand finale, scheduled for the 6th of December.
First and foremost, I want to sincerely thank KCB for this marvelous competition. We all appreciate that it was a big tournament and one of the best series in the country. So in terms of how I feel honored to be, I've been awarded the best man and also part of the best team for the day that will be proceeding to the grand finale. So it's a great honor for me, and I really appreciate KCB for the sponsorship. Of course, number one was we had to put up a strategic move in terms of forming up a team. So we deliberately looked at each other's potential, and we formed a team out of that. So I think it's a team that he has said he's a brother-in-law, and we play a lot together. So having that experience, we formed a team that was very well coordinated.
Rodri dramatically rescued a point with a late leveler for Manchester City to deny Chelsea victory and maintain his side's long unbeaten home record. City have lost ground in the title race after Liverpool and Arsenal posted emphatic wins. Raheem Sterling gave Chelsea the lead against his old team just before halftime. The defending champions who are facing their first home league defeat since November 2022 until Rodri struck with 7 minutes to full time. Well, just to keep you updated on the current EPL results for tonight, and Manchester United have won against Luton Town 2-1, and Højlund scored a brace while Morris scored for Luton Town. Moving on, and Bayer Leverkusen moved 8 points clear of Bayern Munich at the top of the Bundesliga table after a narrow victory to mid-table Heidenheim. Jeremy Frimpong put Xabi Alonso's unbeaten side in front in first half injury time with a deflected effort, and Mine Adli added a second after interval, rounding goalkeeper Kevin Muller before slotting home. Team, however, pulled one back for Heidenheim with 4 minutes left, but Leverkusen managed to hold on. Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for watching Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the whole team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani.